Hello guys, how's it going? So finally the big secret is out. So if you haven't seen my previous video, go and check it out. It's part 1 of my pregnancy story, but no worries, you can still watch this video even if you missed that one. In today's video, I'm continuing my pregnancy story and we are cleaning here in Texas, more specifically in Dallas. And I'm so excited, guys, because this house is super special because it's so massive. I know that for Texans this might seem normal, but for me, it was like 9 acres, not the house, but the place, the yard. And there are animals and everything. You're definitely gonna be surprised as we go on. I also asked you guys on Instagram to send me any questions about anything, so I'll be answering those along the way and sharing the story behind this house too. So let's jump right in. First question. Have you had any difficulties during your pregnancy? Yes, definitely, because even though this is the most amazing thing that's ever happened to me, the hormones have made me super irritable. All the time! Like normally I'm super cheerful and easygoing, but now I get annoyed at literally everything and everyone. And it's so weird because I'm also super anxious and I'm not an anxious person at all. So pregnancy makes you go crazy. But even though I know this is just a phase and it'll pass, I still want to go to therapy and talk about it, just because it makes me feel so much better right away. And Sami too, because we've been in therapy many times and it's always worth it. And there's seriously no topic that's not worth talking about. And it just really feels so amazing when the therapist really gets you and your partner, ask questions and wants to connect and bring together both of your thoughts. And I always leave therapy feeling lighter and less empty. And therapy has honestly helped me my whole life. And it's helping me right now too. And will help me in future. And that's why I'm so happy to share this paid partnership with BetterHelp, because BetterHelp connects you with a therapist who can support you through whatever you are going through, like me with this pregnancy craziness. And it's so easy because all you have to do is fill out a short questionnaire and they'll match you with the right therapist for your needs. And if it's not the right fit, you can switch at any time at no extra cost, which is great. And they carefully make sure that their therapists are well qualified and their customer support team is always there to help you if you have any questions. And if you are still wondering whether therapy really works, 69% of BetterHelp users report improved anxiety symptoms after just 6 weeks. That is just amazing. And with over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, it's a service you can definitely trust. So if you've been feeling anxious like me, overwhelmed, or just a bit lost, especially during this time of a year when everything around us is changing, remember, you're not alone. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/Aurikatariina to get 10% off your first month of therapy, because you deserve support. And support is out there. And guys, cleaning this sink feels kind of like therapy. It's the same feeling of release, like something heavy is getting washed away. So satisfying. But before I get back to the pregnancy stuff and your questions, I want to tell you a bit more about this house. So like I said, it's absolutely massive. Though apparently that's pretty normal around here. I mean, there are several bedrooms all filled with stuff and trashes. And I named this house as a dogs because there is 5 dogs in here. Yeah, but they are outside. They are so cute, look at them, hello! But the animals don't stop there, because oh my gosh guys, I just saw a scorpion. Yeehaw! That was actually the first scorpion I've ever seen in my life, and it crawled right out of the bathroom drain. Lovely. And the ones who asked for my help were actually the daughters of the couple living here. And I think there are 4 of them, the girls. and they are all different ages, and I think one of them is around my age, like 30 something, and a couple are younger than me. Yeah. And they actually grew up in this house, so it's their childhood home. But now it's something else. And now they are like traumatized. And now their parents have been living here alone for quite a while. I think maybe around 10 to 15 years at least, and things have really started to spiral out of control. And the saddest thing is that a few of the daughters have kids of their own now, and they understandably don't want to bring the grandkids over to visit their parents anymore, mostly because of the state of the house. Like there's like dog stuff all over the floor, like dog poo-poo. And I mean, it's just not a safe or clean place for little ones right now. No. The daughters said that they are definitely ready to help their parents, but only if this place finally gets cleaned up, like most of it. Of course, I'm not gonna clean all the bedrooms and stuff because it's mainly stuff, so somebody has to clean it, and it's not me. You know, I can't organize stuff. I can clean, I can take out the trash and stuff, but yeah, that's what I'm able to do. Daughters said they just can't do it themselves. It's too much. And they were like kind of angry for their parents. Not angry, but you know, there's a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, and I don't blame anybody. But I know it's too much. It's heartbreaking and it really freezes you. It's hard to even explain the feeling. But when someone from the outside comes in, it's so much easier from them to take over and keep going from there, for sure. And also the daughters told me that their mom, and especially her hoarding, got a lot worse after they moved out. And she has a really hard time letting go of anything. I feel like that's pretty normal with hoarders, but they also said that she's kind of been collecting dogs or animals too. And maybe without always being able to fully take care of them, but still more dogs kept coming in. But luckily they do have a big yard and space outside for all the animals, and so that helps a bit. And I'm just really happy I get to help them now, because this is something that's gonna make a difference for the whole family. Alright guys, but now let's get back to the pregnancy story and your questions. And now guys, I want to tell you the story of when I took the pregnancy test without having any idea that I might be pregnant. So we were in Galveston, Texas, with my dad, his girlfriend, my brother, and of course, Sami. And then it was late, like 5 or 6 p.m. and I wanted to get a board game. So I went to the grocery store by myself. And while I was there, I thought I'd grab some pregnancy tests too. Just because we were about to start fertility treatments again in Finland. And of course, I figured we'd definitely need some tests. And the reason I wanted to get them in the US is because everything comes in such huge packs. Like this one box had 50 tests in it. And I thought that getting pregnant is gonna take at least a year still or something, so I needed a lot of tests. So I got back home and the guys, like my dad, Sami and Santeri, were outside grilling steaks, and I was like, should I just try one of these tests right now? Just to see if it's any different from the ones in Finland. So I went to the bathroom and I thought, if life wants to be funny, maybe it'd show me 2 lines. But honestly, I was like, I didn't believe that would happen, like never. I felt like I didn't have any symptoms or anything like that. And I know this might sound pretty silly, but even though we had been doing fertility treatments, I've always had this really chill attitude about it. And I hadn't even really looked into what the actual pregnancy symptoms are, because I just felt like if it happens, I'm gonna know. Like, I'm not gonna look any symptoms. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I feel stupid because I don't even know why I never googled the symptoms, but I just didn't. And now looking back, I totally did have symptoms, but I just didn't realize it at the time. And I'll tell you more about those in a bit. Oh, by the way, there was 2 symptoms I knew about. So, first one was morning sickness. Yep, and morning. So I thought it's always in the mornings. Guess what? It's not. And the second one was tiredness. And I have to admit that I was a little too overconfident because people always told me a few of my friends told me that I was so tired and blah 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 blah. And I was like, I got so much energy that I won't probably even notice any tiredness. Well, surprise, surprise, I was very, very wrong. Okay, then the pregnancy test was positive, but I was like, this has to be some type of mistake. This can't be true. Maybe I was pregnant, but I'm not anymore, or something like that. I don't mean in a bad way, but I was like, this can't be real. Like, it was too good to be true, you know. But now I want to show you our special guest. So we were scrubbing the floor when suddenly I saw something. Oh my gosh! It's a sheep! And at first she actually walked out on her own, but then she kept coming back inside, and I guess she really wanted to clean with us. So cute! Look at her! But yeah, I didn't believe the first test, so I took another one. And then I filmed this video of me like crying or something. And I was honestly in total shock. In the best way possible, of course. Then of course I tried calling out for Sami, but he was super busy, in full steak mode outside. So I was like, Sami, come here. And he was like, oh, okay, I'm coming. And he did. So we went to our room, and at this point, guys, he didn't even know that I have bought some tests. Like, he had no idea about anything, like any of this. And when I showed him the test, and remember guys, this is a man who's always dreamed of having a family, and it's literally been his biggest dream in life. So I showed him the test, and he didn't really believe it at first either. He was like, what? He was just like staring at it, and then he kissed me but was like, no way. And that moment, it was like the whole world kind of collapsed and rebuilt it itself all at once. It felt so weird. And then guys, I didn't sleep a single second that night. I just listened to music and kept thinking about how our life is about to change and wondering if there's even really something growing inside me, because I wasn't sure at all. Then I started reading about the symptoms, and yep, fatigue was definitely on the list. But at that point, I didn't feel that tired. Not yet, at least. Except for the fact that I was sleeping every time we were in the car, which is not like me at all. And Sami kept laughing at me and taking pictures of me. He had actually been snapping pics of me all week. So weird, but it was so weird because I never sleep in the car, like never ever. That's not like me at all. And then I realized also my girlies were super sore, and they had been sore like over 2 weeks, which is weird, but I just thought my body was all messed up from the treatments. That's what I thought. But the worst symptoms were still on their way. Trust me. But then I started freaking out about all kinds of things, like what if I'm not really pregnant? Blah 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 blah. What if I had been miscarried? Blah 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 blah. And so I was like, okay, I have to get an ultrasound while I'm here. And I didn't even know how far along I was, because I took the positive test on February 22nd. So then we went to have an ultrasound 2nd of March. And I was so scared. And they didn't see a thing. And then the nurse saw a uterine, but no sign of a baby. And I was like, oh no, what if there's never gonna be a baby? What if this is a blighted ovum where the baby just doesn't develop at all? And she told me to come back in a week. And honestly, that was the longest week of my entire life. I'm not lying at all. So at this point, the pregnancy symptoms had really hit hard on. I was feeling awful the whole time. The exhaustion, the nausea, I wasn't doing anything. I just guys felt both mentally and physically terrible, and the hormones were messing with my head so badly. And you know, for someone like me, who's used to moving every single day and staying super active, being forced to just lie down constantly was honestly so tough. The toughest thing in my life. Yet. I honestly keep thinking that this has to feel amazing afterward when you have the baby. I know it feels, but like, because there is just so much struggle in it, and in a weird way it was almost funny to see myself so stuck in bed. Like, I never would never imagine that for myself. And every single day and every single hour, Sami kept asking if there was anything he could do to help me. Like, can I bring you something? Can I do anything? And I just cry like nothing helps. But of course it does help, just having your partner there close to you. But sometimes, guys, things have to be bad so that something good can exist. Because without the bad, there would never be anything good. So we waited a week and went back for the next ultrasound. And maybe, guys, you already know what's coming, but at that point, the panic was very, very real. Because I had no idea if there was a baby developing in there or not. So I was really scared. And that was also my birthday, 9th of March. And then the nurse started the ultrasound and we saw this tiny little baby and there was a heartbeat. Oh my gosh, I can't even describe what the moment felt like. Incredible, incredible. There was my little baby. Because somehow I always thought that getting pregnant is the hardest part, but I didn't know all the things that could go wrong. So, oh my gosh, I was just so happy and relieved. And after that ultrasound, we were heading back to Finland in just a couple of days. But guess what, guys? I was actually supposed to clean at an animal shelter, but I never made it there. So sad! It would be such a dream to clean a place like that. I love animals. I love them so much. But maybe now I can have a dog. But now, guys, let's get back to the questions. And the next question is, will you get married soon? Yes, I'm so excited. We've got our wedding plan for summer 26, and we've got the most amazing wedding planner helping us out. And she actually plans weddings in Finland, but most of her biggest clients are from abroad. Because Finland is such a unique location for weddings. And you are definitely gonna see our wedding completely. And by the way, guys, let me know in the comments, because I'm super curious. In your country, is it more common to get married before having kids, or is it totally okay to have kids without being married? Because in Finland, it's not a big deal at all. Like, a lot of people have kids without ever getting married, and that's just normal here. Next question. Are you going to keep working or take a break? Good question. I'm gonna take a break for sure. Because I don't want to breathe any chemicals or anything like that. No. Not anymore. And I haven't really been cleaning lately. I did one cleaning because I absolutely had to. And I'll tell you more about that later. But for now, I've quit cleaning. And honestly, guys, I don't think I'll ever go back. But I've got a bunch of videos ready, so I keep posting them until the end of this year. But after that, I'm gonna quit. So enjoy while you still can. Next question. How far along are you? So today, when the video is out, I'm 12 weeks. pretty exciting! Next question. Are you gonna breastfeed? Yes, totally, if I possibly can. Because I've heard that for some people it just doesn't work out, or their milk supply isn't enough, or something like that. But I really hope I can, even though I know it's definitely not guaranteed. Next question. Did Sami force you to have a baby, or did you just please him? No, no way. Just before we broke up like 2 or 3 years ago, because Sami wanted a family and I didn't, he was actually willing to let go of his dreams of having kids just to be with me. Because he loves me deeply and I love him. But I knew deep down he didn't really mean it. Or he did, but no, you can't do that for me. Because I'm one of the most stubborn and independent people you'll ever meet, and I don't make life-changing decisions to please anyone but myself. And sometimes that's honestly not such a good thing. But anyway, my choice, or it wasn't really a choice, it was more about fear. And it still is my biggest fear, that my child might ended up feeling the same depression I did for years when I was younger. And I always thought I just can't handle that. It made me cry even thinking about it. So I felt safer not to have kids at all. Like, no kids, no problems, right? But I'm so grateful, and it feels like a miracle I was able to overcome that fear with Sami. And honestly, I feel so lucky I found a man who wanted a family so deeply and who helped me, give me the courage to want it too. And let's try to remember that our biggest fears usually never actually come true. Next question. Is it a boy or a girl? I don't know yet. I'm not even sure what weeks I'm able to get that information. So I don't know, but as soon as I know, I'm gonna tell you. Next question. Are you having any cravings? Yes, a lot. But first, I didn't want to eat anything. I was like, oh my god, this makes me feel so sick. But remember, guys, when I lose weight, and that didn't do any good for my body, so I was like, I have to eat something. So I was craving like bacon. I haven't eaten bacon like for years. I promise you, not like maybe 20 years. So I was eating bacon, and so weird stuff for me. It was so weird. And for example, I used to love nuts. I eat nuts every single day. And like peanut butter, that's like my ultimate favorite. I can eat a whole jar of that, but not anymore. I was like, that's disgusting. I can't stand nuts. No way. I just can't eat them. They are disgusting. So it's so weird. And one time I was craving tacos. Like in the middle of night. I woke up like 2 a.m. and I went to the store and I get them. Tacos. It was so weird. And I was like so hungry but didn't want to eat anything. Now it's getting a bit better, but I was hungry, I didn't want to eat anything, but if I didn't eat anything, then I got so nauseous, like so unwell, so I puked and stuff. Wow, it's messed up. And I'm pretty sure that all of this is super obvious to everybody else, but for me it was all such a surprise. I don't know. Next question. Has your body changed so far? Yes, definitely. I'd say my girlies have changed a bit. They're like more packed now. And yeah, I've for sure gained a lot of weight because I've mostly just been laying around and eating as much as I can. But I'm not scared of that because I know what the opposite could do. And right now I just want to make sure my body is doing what it needs to do. And I've got plenty of time to be thinner someday later. And I'm not saying it's easy to watch your body change. And by the way, guys, did I mention that I'm in this video pregnant too? And it's horrible to see me using all the chemicals. And of course, it's not fun to see when your clothes don't fit anymore. But at the end of the day, does it matter? Does it matter if I'm heavier or skinnier? I'm not happier if I'm skinnier or if I'm heavier, you know? And your weight can change during your life. That's normal. So I'm not scared of that. But here I'm showing the before and after pictures, and the residents and the sisters were so happy, and so am I. I mean, look at this bathroom. Isn't that gorgeous? And here's the after. I love you all and see you in the next dirty home. Love you guys. Bye bye.